Okay, welcome to Community Action's Lunch and Learn sessions. The aim of these sessions is to present the numerous voluntary support organisations and groups who help people with health and mental issues across the Isle of Wight. This first part of the session is recorded, so you're welcome to keep your cameras off if you prefer. And then after presentation, we will stop the recording and you'll have an opportunity to chat with the presenter. So I'm really pleased that this week we've got Andy Savage from Breathe Easy. So Andy, if you'd like to tell us about your organisation.
Thank you, Sandy. And yes, good afternoon, everyone. So a little bit about myself. My name's Andy Savage, and for over 12 years now, I've been working with people with various long-term conditions. I'm going to talk about my work as a Keep Active instructor a bit later on. And then, as I say, there'll be lots of opportunities to ask questions if you'd like. But I want to also talk about an organisation that I have been involved in for many, many years called the Breathe Easy Group, Breathe Easy Isle of Wight. And you'll see, as I know, there is a website link to the website. Breathe Easy started, well, it's got a big birthday next year. It'll be 25 years old next June. It started on the 1st of June 1999. It's a wonderful group, and it's helped support people with chronic respiratory conditions, and that can be anything. So it could be asthma, it can be COPD, it can be bronchiectasis, pulmonary fibrosis, lung cancer. Basically, if it's anything to do with the lungs, we will support people with a chronic lung condition. The Breathe Easy group, up until COVID, was meeting regularly in the respiratory department at St Mary's Hospital. COVID happened, and like all support groups, it had to have a break for a while whilst lockdowns were happening. And then it started up again, probably got going properly at the back end of 2022. We're having a reasonable 2023. We're now based, the Breathe Easy works out of Arreton Village Hall. That's our sort of hub, if you like. Arreton Village Hall works perfectly for people with long-term lung conditions because you've got a good car park facility there. It's central in the island. And from the car park, it's actually level to get into the hall. There is for those who come by public transport, I think the number 8 bus stop is right outside, so also very handy for those who need to go by public transport. You'll probably see, looking at our website, that monthly meetings are held always on the first Tuesday of the month from 2 till 4 in Arreton Village Hall. We have a variety of guest speakers that come along. Some are from a medical background, some will be historians, some will be people on the island that have got a good hobby or interest. We've got happening at our first meeting back in September, which is next Tuesday, a chap called Alan Jenkins. He came earlier in the year and gave an absolutely wonderful talk all about radar and the benefits of radar. It would sort of be a subject that you might yawn about initially, but actually it's very interesting, and he makes it good fun. And yes, it was a very good, enjoyable talk. So we're having him for part 2 of this talk in September. But apparently you don't need to have been to part 1 not to enjoy part 2. So looking forward to that. We've also got coming up, and here's a little plug for some social prescribers. I believe we are going to have a social prescriber talk to our group in November. So again, we're looking forward to having that, and for our members to find out about the world of social prescribing. And in the past, we've had a pharmacist come and do a talk. Some of the respiratory nurses and that do talks as well. Outside of our monthly meetings, we go out and about during the summer months, and we've got one more outing left this month, which will be a trip to Haven Street Steam Railway for a ride on the steam train and a cream tea afterwards. And Breathe Easy also does fundraising for the group, and we will often be found having awareness stands at supermarkets, or we sometimes run a social evening, be it a quiz night or a beetle drive. And it's all good fun. People can come along. Breathe Easy is not just restricted to the person that's got a lung condition. We encourage other members of the family and friends or neighbours to also come along as well, to come along with them. So the upshot of Breathe Easy is it really sort of does what it says on the tin. It's there for people to come along, to chat, We always, at the beginning of the meeting, the first half an hour is refreshments, so tea, coffee, maybe biscuits, cake, whatever. And it's just a chance for people to chat about. And often it is amazing when people have these sort of chit chats that they can learn more about their lung condition, chat to others with similar conditions. And yeah, it's just worked very well over the years that we've run it. We've got a big event happening in September, and it's on Saturday, the 9th of September. And it really is about a raising awareness with a Lung Health and Wellbeing Information Day. I'm really grateful that a lot of the medical people from the respiratory department, we've got a dietitian, we've got social prescribers coming. This is going to be a big event to really promote to people on the island with a long-term lung condition that if they want to come along and get information in one area, then on Saturday the 9th, from 10:30 to 2:30, they can walk in, chat to various people, find out more about what we do as Breathe Easy, and find out a bit about the help and support. So they might have questions on inhaler techniques. They might want to talk about things like if they've got sleep apnea, for instance. So again, we've got lots of medical people on hand, plus ourselves supporting. And as you'll see from the flyer, there'll be refreshments throughout the day. So we're hoping to get as many people along to that. So that really, in a nutshell, is, as I say, Breathe Easy. You're welcome to come along. Anyone can come along to any of the meetings and come and see us and chat to us and hopefully get involved. If you become a member of Breathe Easy, it doesn't cost anything to join. If you do have an email address you're willing to give, then we can make sure you're kept up to date through a monthly newsletter that we send out. And that monthly newsletter is also a bit of fun. There's lots of jokes and puzzles and things in there alongside what we've been up to and what we've got planning ahead for. And we've probably got about just shy of 100 people get the monthly newsletter from us. But as I say, anyone's welcome to sign up to get our monthly newsletter, and our next edition will be out this Friday, 1st of September. Slightly away from Breathe Easy then is that over 12 years ago now, I had a complete career change and got into the fitness world and the exercise side of things. And I was asked, because of the work I was doing with Breathe Easy, would I consider learning and training to be a chronic respiratory exercise specialist? I took this role on and trained in conjunction with the British Lung Foundation at the time. Were offering sort of grants and support to join it. So with Loughborough College, I trained and became a level 4 chronic respiratory exercise specialist. What this enabled us to do was then to run classes that follow on from the NHS's pulmonary rehab programme. So that's the programme that generally GPs and that will signpost people to the respiratory department where they're assessed, and then they can go on a 6-week, twice a week programme of exercise and education to learn about their lung condition and to help them realise that sitting about is not beneficial. I think, as we all know, with most conditions, there's some form of exercise that we can do that will help the condition, and to give people confidence that getting breathless is not, it's not nothing to be too worried about. Controlled breathlessness is good. So we've run various classes, and they're called Keep Active, and these classes have been well attended over, as I say, many years. We're now solely out in the community. We used to have some sessions in the respiratory gym at St Mary's, but again, since COVID, we've kept them out in the community. And I work at 5 or 6 different village halls and community centres during my working week. And I have about 17 different classes. So quite often at one venue, there'll be probably 2 or 3 classes going on, one following the other. We don't make them that large. They tend to have a maximum of about 14 people will attend a class. So a lot of my classes, 7 or 8 is a normal number. And as I say, under my guidance, it's a bit like a sort of a circuit. They move around to do different exercises that will help improve strength, help improve balance. Bit aerobic, some of them, so obviously gets their lungs and heart working as well. And these sessions, these classes last an hour. And it's on a pay system where they sign up for 5 sessions. We work on a 5-session program because we think that 5 sessions gives people enough to see whether it's going to be beneficial for them, or if they really don't like the program, they've obviously got the option that they can withdraw after 5 sessions. It's not like a monthly membership or a big gym membership. what we have found, as I say, I've got people that have been coming for many, many years, and as I say, it's great. And again, there is a little bit of a social element because they can obviously chat. We have a gold radio playing in the background, so there's often a lot of music that they like to hear whilst they're working, and everything they do is at their own pace, so they see the improvements themselves as they go through. This became quite successful for me, as I say, when I first started, and off the back of it, when I was chatting to other healthcare professionals, they asked me would I then train in other areas. So I've gone on, and I've now level 4 trained not only in chronic respiratory, but I'm cancer rehab trained to level 4, and falls prevention trained to level 4. I've done the PSI course just only a couple of years ago with other instructors on the island. And also I'm trained in levels 1 and 2 Parkinson's PD Warrior, and a Nordic Walking certificate, which is a level 2 certificate, and a GP referral certificate at level 3. So I do have my sort of specialist areas, but generally anyone with a long-term condition can normally benefit from one of type of my classes, whether it's the Move More program, which is this circuit-based program, or there is a Tai Chi program, a more gentle form of exercise which can be done seated or standing, and it's just a specific form of Tai Chi that we do, and it's called Calm, Keep Active, Relax More. And again, all the details of where those classes are on the website, the Breathe Easy website. So my classes have expanded in terms of involving other long-term conditions. So I do a lot of work with the Parkinson's group. In fact, we have now some classes that are specifically for people with Parkinson's, and I work with people that are early stage and newly diagnosed Parkinson's, who can do a very similar type of program to keep active, move more. And also, and obviously we can concentrate on strength and balance. Other areas, if they're a bit more frailer, or they are, I've got a couple of people that may be wheelchair bound, then we do have one particular Parkinson's class that is actually funded by Parkinson's Isle of Wight branch. That's on a Friday afternoon at Arreton Village Hall, and again, people can speak to me about that if they want to. But there's nothing to stop people coming to any of my classes. So whatever day of the week suits, whatever time of day suits, everybody's got their sort of favourite time, and that when they're more active than other things, so they can come along and join. So yeah, so Keep Active is it has grown over the years. The Tai Chi side of things is just 2 classes a week, one at Sandown and one at Whippingham. And again, we invite people to come along to that and have 5 sessions initially, see how they feel after 5 sessions, because with Tai Chi, it's about calming yourself down. There's a lot of breathing involved in Tai Chi, just nice, relaxed breathing. And as I say, the participant can do it seated or standing. So that's the sort of thing. So so my working week, once we get up and running again in next week, will be busy again with classes throughout the week, and various venues. The venues we're at, off the top of my head, Sandown, we're there on a Monday, Binsted on Tuesday, Wednesdays is Whippingham, Thursdays is Seaview in the morning, then Gurnard at lunchtime, and Fridays I'm generally based at Arreton most of the day. So that's not to say if I can fit into my timetable other venues, we may look to other venues at a later date. Over the years, I've done various different venues, and I've particularly now been quite ruthless as to risk assessing the halls and to make sure they're really suitable. I'm afraid a couple of the church halls we did withdraw from after COVID because I didn't feel they were up to a standard to have people socially distanced and that sort of thing. So yeah, so that's sort of my work in a nutshell, what I do, and with Breathe Easy. And say Breathe Easy is a great group, Keep Active. They're all good fun things to come along to. So yeah, I hope it gives you a bit of an insight into what is available on the island for people with particularly long-term respiratory conditions. But equally, as I say, somebody going through, for example, cancer rehab, they might come for what we call prehab exercises prior to them having surgery. Then obviously they'll be off for a while whilst they have their surgery. But then maybe when they're allowed to come back to gentle exercise, they can come back and we can do some more cancer rehabilitation work. So I do see people sometimes on that side of things where they're coming a bit before surgery and then after surgery. Yeah, I haven't got much more I think I can say on things at the moment, but if anyone's got any questions, I'll happily take those.
That's lovely. Thank you, Andy. So what I've done is I've put in the chat the, as I said, your poster, your flyer with your details for the Lung Health and Wellbeing Information Day on Saturday, the 9th of September from 10:30 to 2 p.m. at Arreton Village Hall. And also I've put a link to your website as well. You said there's all details of your classes and everything on there as well. So what I'll do is thank you ever so much. Just for the benefit of the recording, this recording will be available on the Community Action website within the next few days. Look for, if you can't find the link, type in health on the main page, and then it will take you to the lunch and learn schedules. So so I'm going to turn off the recording, and then we can bombard you with our questions.